The Jets have made plenty of moves so far in free agency, from the big splashes, Bell and C.J. Mosley, to re-signing some of their own players. But they've also lost some players throughout the process, too. So, all things considered, is the Jets roster actually better off right now than it was at the end of the 2018 season? NFL free agency report card for signing Bell, C.J. Mosley, Jamison Crowder, Poole, Chandler Catanzaro. Grading every move the Jets make. New York Jets general manager Mike Maccagnan traded for Oakland Raiders guard Kelechi Osemele. To figure that out, we're going position by position to decide if the Jets upgraded, downgraded or stayed the same at that spot before coming up with our overall verdict. Quarterback analysis. The Jets probably won't have Josh McCown next season, as he continues contemplating retirement. But they still have Sam Darnold as their starter and for now, Davis Webb is their backup. Not much tangible difference there. This could even eventually be an upgraded spot if the Jets grab a solid backup quarterback, like a Ryan Tannehill type. Verdict: no change. Offensive line analysis. The left tackle, right guard and right tackle spots have all stayed steady with Kelvin Beacom, Brian Winters and Brendan Shell returning. The two changes are Kelechi Osemele for James Carpenter at left guard and, at least as of right now, Jonathan Harrison for Spencer Long at center. Osemele is a definite upgrade, given he was an All-Pro just 2 years ago. Harrison actually outperformed Long in his 7 games at center to finish out 2018, too, so he may be a slight upgrade as well. This group didn't make a huge leap forward, but it's something. Verdict: upgrade. Running back analysis. This one is a no-brainer. The Jets added Bell and cut Isaiah Crowell. Bilal Powell is on the market, too, but the Bell-Eli McGuire combination is head and shoulders above Crowell-Powell. Simple decision here. Verdict: upgrade. Wide receiver analysis. Jermaine Kearse is walking out the door, but the Jets added Jamison Crowder as their slot receiver. That's a younger, better target for Darnold. Basically all of the other pieces have remained the same, minus Josh Bellamy filling Andre Roberts' spot as a depth wideout. Not much impact there. Verdict: upgrade. Tight end analysis. Chris Herndon returns, as does Jordan Leggett. But for now, that's all the Jets have. We're still waiting on a decision with Neil Sterling, and the Jets could also use a blocking tight end after opting not to tender Eric Tomlinson. This group didn't take a big hit, but there's less tight depth now, and losing a blocking specialist is a minor issue, too. Verdict: downgrade. Defensive tackle analysis. Steve McClendon returns, but Mike Pennell is gone. That means Foley Fatukasi is probably the second-string guy at this spot. Perhaps the plan is to land Alamaba, D.T. Quinn and Williams in the draft, then move McClendon into a backup role. At this moment, the Jets have the same starter with less quality depth. Verdict: downgrade. Defensive end analysis. This group is quite literally the same, as Leonard Williams, Nathan Shepard and Henry Anderson all return. There's been no change in personnel. That's not great news for the Jets, given the fact that the pass rush has been an issue, but at least it hasn't eroded any further. Yeah, for bright sides. Verdict: no change. Inside linebacker analysis. We don't know exactly what the Jets' plan for Darren Lee is right now, but regardless of if they trade him, cut him or keep him as a backup, this group is better off for adding C.J. Mosley. Mosley and Avery Williams as a starting tandem is stronger than Lee and Williams. Bringing back Neville Hewitt as a depth piece was critical, too, after the Jets lost another of their backups by not picking up Kevin Pierre-Louis's option. Verdict: upgrade. Outside linebacker analysis. The Jets are going to have to keep tinkering at this spot after missing out on Anthony Barr at the last minute. Jordan Jenkins returns, which is good. Frankie Louvu is back, too, which is a solid depth option. But the Jets still have to decide on Brandon Copeland. Bringing him back would effectively get the OLB group back on par with last season. Kentucky's Josh Allen and other edge guys are available in the draft and may be part of the Jets' long-term off-season plan, but in the here and now, this group looks shaky. Verdict: downgrade cornerback analysis. Tremaine Johnson returns as the #1 cornerback, so no change there. Brian Poole slots in for Buster Skrine in the slot, making the Jets younger and more budget-friendly at that spot. Poole also graded better than Skrine last season, per ProFootballFocus.com, so that looks like a good move. But the major question mark is at the No. 2 spot, where it currently looks like Darryl Roberts could really become the starter after Morris Claiborne was allowed to walk. That'd be a huge gamble, given his lack of experience as a starter, especially with other options floating around on the market. He did play well when called upon last season, though, so perhaps he earned the trust of general manager Mike Maccagnan and co. during that stint. But if Roberts moves into a starter role, the Jets will have to go find a new depth piece to take his place on the chart. We'll say the Poole upgrade and Roberts question mark balance each other out, for now. Verdict: no change safety analysis. Jamal Adams, Marcus May and Doug Middleton are all back. The Jets lost Terrence Brooks to the Patriots, but getting rid of a fourth safety doesn't really make much of an impact on the group. Verdict: no change special teams analysis. Losing return specialist Andre Roberts and kicker Jason Myers, both Pro Bowl picks, is a problem. So is losing Pierre Lewis and Brooks. The Jets' moves are understandable from a salary cap perspective, but they still hurt. They tried to balance them out a bit by signing wide receiver Josh Bellamy, who is known for his street work, and kicker Chandler Catanzaro. But the Catman is a clear downgrade on Myers, especially after a shaky 2018 season. Trenton Cannon is the current frontrunner for the return jobs, which is cause for concern considering he couldn't catch a punt last summer. Maybe Brant Boyer will still keep this group operating at a high level, but he'll have his work cut out for him working with lesser talent. Verdict: downgrade overall analysis. The Jets are indisputably better on offense than they were at the start of the free agency process. They've made a very minor, and fixable, step back at tight end, but have improved both up front and at the other skill positions. That's the positive. But on defense, they've effectively stayed the same or taken a slight step back at each group. That's a serious issue. It's not like this defense was a juggernaut last season. They need help on that side of the ball. At least some of it is almost certainly coming via the No. 3 overall pick, which will help either on the interior DL or the edge, depending on what Maccagnan does. But there are still other critical decisions and moves to be made on that side of the ball. And, as we just noted, special teams has taken a step back. It'd obviously be tough to maintain things after having the league's No. 1 special teams unit last season. The Jets look like they're in for more than just a small slide down the rankings, given the exodus of talent. To be very clear, the Jets still have plenty of time, nearly 6 months, to address many of these concerns. This is a snapshot look at the roster in the middle of a lengthy off-season process. So don't panic, at least not yet. But at this juncture, asking some tough questions is more than fair. Verdict: downgrade Matt Stypulkowski may be reached at mstypulkowski@newadvancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at m_Stypulkowski. Find NJ.com Jets on Facebook.